So it wasn't even a new hairstyle. Like so many people were saying, they literally just shaved the head because of surgery. This is why I kept saying y'all just hopped on the bandwagon of hating Deku's new hairstyle when in reality it was just because of the surgery. But let's all rejoice to the fact that My Hero Academia is indeed continuing. Obviously, one of the biggest plot points is going to be Endeavor, since he's ominously sitting in front of some kind of window pane glass, and it's really hard to see what exactly is past the glass, but of course, we assume it's probably going to be his son, maybe severely injured or whatever it is, and hopefully he'll have a redemption arc with him. And then the other one is some shadowy figure kind of stumbling through the city, damaged, dirty, and a lot of people are assuming maybe the true body or true form of Shigaraki. Which, if that would be the case, would be great, because then Deku could get his chance to try to actually save him, and maybe he'll stay alive this time rather than sacrificing himself in order to actually take down All for One. This would, of course, then wrap everybody's story up in a nice little bow, especially because Todoroki also seems to be a little bit upset, and then, of course, he could get his closure with his brother as well, and Deku would finally be able to save the last person that he wanted to save. But regardless, I don't think this arc is going to last too long, especially because the last chapter before this was literally called Epilogue, so usually epilogues don't last too long. And of course, it's also going to have a different take on it when it comes to action, because as we know, Deku isn't really going to have One for all that long anymore. And what he does have of One for All is simply embers, just like All Might did in the beginning of the series. So if there's going to be continuing plot points, I don't see it being something where Deku is going to have a lot of action. He's not going to be doing huge smashes that are going to be destroying entire city blocks or anything like that. And like I'd mentioned with Endeavor, if it's truly going to be a redemption arc with his son, I don't see that having a lot of action, except for them maybe going like a couple blasts at each other, but I think they kind of got a lot of that out in the last arc. Regardless, it's going to be one, nice to see that My Hero Academia is still continuing, and two, nice to see how My Hero Academia is going to continue without as many superpowers or not as many big superpower battles as we've been having. Especially because a lot of people's complaint with the War arc was that it just dragged on. But these are just my thoughts about My Hero Academia continuing. What do you guys think?